My name is Olaf Schleusing. I'm a product owner for wireless analytics, thanks, at Swisscom. So I'm working pretty much on what was mentioned before, building this trust into machine learning AI models and then actually bringing it to life. So Swisscom is a company with a lot of history, so there's a lot of experts around. So in order to convince them to use more such tools, it feels sometimes more like a social science, what I'm doing to really bring this to life. Very quickly, today what I'm talking about is just one example of use cases that we work on. We have many of those logs or like large streams of data where people then answer questions such as looking for like control plane events for mobile networks, to find handover failures or to search IMSIs or like customers that had multiple events happening in a row that are bad, or searching for Splunk log records that happen often but rarely in combination with each other. So you're looking for like a more complex query in a lot of data. That's what you basically try to do. So we spend a lot of time at Swisscom, or our experts, on searching for certain sequences in all kinds of logs. Earlier there was the question if we can do some things that were presented in real time. I think during the first presentation, yes, we can. So for different use cases, more like operational use cases, we do that more in real time. So we have large data streams with millions of records per second. Then a typical record is actually consisting of some kind of field with some medium cardinality. For example, 5G cells, we have 100,000 cells. Then you have some message ID that is unique to this particular message stream. And basically what you're trying to do is break this down into groups, for example, 5G cells, 5G sites, and then in those sites, you're looking for a certain sequence of events that is malicious. So you can imagine there's all kinds of sequences, but you're looking for the ones that actually are indicating that there is a problem. In order to build or combine those sequences, there's different operations or building blocks that you can use. You can, for example, say, okay, things happen in a certain time constraint, things happen in a certain strict order. There's multiple events that can occur between relevant events. You're trying to build some kind of a sequence that corresponds to what you're actually looking for. Then how do you actually find the relevant sequences? Of course, that's where the rubber meets the road. You can ask the experts. We have lots of them, but that doesn't really scale very well. So we would like to give them AI or some machine learning to help them define those patterns. So what you then try to do is find in those streams patterns that occur either frequently or around incidents that happen. And for that, we can actually use different data streams. That was also mentioned earlier in Ivan's and Francesco's talk. We have the actual event stream, but we also have other data sources that indicate customer experience problems, such as dropped calls, video buffering, and so on. And we basically, with the master student thesis, we worked on a system that actually then helps us with this kind of label of the data to find sequences. That there is a call drop, and whenever there is a call drop, there is a certain kind of sequence in bad events that happens in the other stream. In quick summary, then basically we have a system of streaming or some persistent data source. We then search for sequences in this in real time or offline. We have a set of known patterns or sequences, and then try to act on those either automatically or manually. We can apply machine anomaly detection, root cause analysis on that. The definition of the actual patterns is either done by experts or, in this case, with a machine learning model developed with the digital lab at EPFL to then correlate the record stream with known incidents to mine new patterns. So it's just a small example of actually where you really do applied machine learning, and actually it helps. We have, I don't know, many data sources at Swisscom, and this is really a huge automation step with relatively little effort. Perfect, and if I haven't mentioned it yet, we are hiring, so if you would like to work on this kind of problems with us, we are more than happy to hear from you.